That little youngin' up to something, he gon' roll when it's right. Ain't no question, they gon' make him take a soul in the night. Once he ran from automatics, he done chose.
Yo, what's good, Hannah?
What's good?
Hey, we back with an update. You know what I'm saying? How you been lately?
I've been good. How are you?
Good. Now, since the last time we spoke, has anything changed?
Yes. So, a week after saying I wanted to shoot with him, I ended up shooting with him and doing one of my dream shoots. So that I finally brought that to light. And just beginning of August, I started my clothing line, Apparel.
Sure.
So make sure y'all go try it.
For sure. Now, like you said, you just shot with a mod. How was that experience like for you?
Oh my God, it was so much fun. It was so much fun.
What do you think? Like, what do you think he separates himself with other photographers? Like, how does he do that?
I ain't gonna lie to you. It's some photographers out here, especially in the BFW area, that are just niggas with cameras. I'm telling you, and some of them, they're very shiesty. They'll use their power to make us do stuff out of the norm that we don't want to do. Like, I can count on how many fingers so many photographers that I worked with, and just because I rejected their sexual advances, I didn't get my pictures back.
Wow. So
all of that. And Ahmad is very cool, so we definitely we locked in now. So he definitely is different from most photographers because he's not like most of them. He's not very shiesty.
Right.
He's not thinking with their little head instead of the big head.
For sure, he's more business minded, I would say.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ahmad. Now you started your new clothing line, Evolve.
Yes.
What made you come up with this clothing line?
So what made me come up with the clothing line is unisex. It's for both men and women.
Oh. Nah, he good.
So, and I like loose fitting clothes, so I like hoodies, sweatpants, and all that other stuff. And what made me come up with the name, I was going through a very, very dark time in my life. I was depressed, battling a whole bunch of stuff. So then I was also going to therapy, and the therapist that I was going to, she kept saying, like, you're going to evolve and elevate from this situation. So I'm like, I want to start a clothing line. I remember talking to my sister about it. I just never knew what to call it. So I'm like, I'm going to call it Evolve.
Smooth.
Because the message behind it and my slogan is be greater than yesterday, because you're not the same person you were yesterday. And people will still have this persona of you. Like, especially a lot of people that I went to high school with, they still think of me as the same girl I was when I went to high school.
Right.
And it's like, it's been 2 years since I graduated. I'm grown, like, I'm not doing that type of stuff anymore.
And with Evolve, it can mean anything, really. Like, like a basketball player, football player, sports, anything. Business-minded, anything like that. So I definitely like that name. Now, modeling in music videos. How difficult would you say it is if the model doesn't really like the artist's music?
If you get paid, shit, you just gotta act like you like it. You gotta act like you like it. You gotta sit here, vibe to the song, whether if it sucks or if it's really good. Whatever. I mean, you get paid for it. It's not like you have to listen to it outside of your job.
Right. Sounds like part of being a professional.
Yeah.
For sure. Now, I posted you on Instagram this past week. You know what I'm saying? It did pretty good. A lot of feedback, some positive and some negative.
Yeah.
When you see the negative feedback, like, how does that make you feel? Do you ignore it or?
I ignore it, but it was one comment I had to, because I don't like when people downplay my work. Especially because I've been doing this since I was 14 and I just turned 20. So I still have more years to come and I'm still, growing from that.
Right.
So it's just like, it's different types of modeling. There's urban, what I do, high fashion, I started off doing that. Print editorial, started off doing that. Like, when I was in high school, I did the Barbizon classes, the little modeling schools. They had it at the Doubletree Hotel in Dallas. I went there like a weekend once a month. That's the biggest scam ever. If you see this, please don't spend your money on it.
For sure.
Please don't.
Now, also, when I put the picture in the caption, I put top 5 model in the DFW.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you seen that, what was your initial thoughts?
I was thinking like, damn, like, I'm really doing something, because I didn't even think I was like top 20 or something.
Damn.
So.
Damn. Okay, well, let me ask you this, like, as far as being a great model, what do you think a model has to have?
A model she has to be punctual, and she has to have a positive attitude whatsoever. And she also has to have a backbone, because I ain't gonna lie to you, I lost a lot of modeling opportunities because I spoke my mind, and I know when to say, no, I'm not doing this shit.
That's real though. That's real. You gotta stand
especially because some of the, like, they don't treat the models with the same respect as they do the artists, the person recording the video, the photographer. They kind of like treat us like, you know, sex toys, pretty much.
Damn. What do you think needs to change? Like, you know what I'm saying, to fix that? What do you think?
I feel like more models, cause some models they let that shit slide. Me, I'm not gonna let it slide.
Sure.
I'm gonna say something about it, and I've lost paying opportunities because the photographer was on a different time than what I was on. I'm here to make my money. We here to both make money. I'm not here to do none of that.
Right. Now, as far as like being professional, do you think an artist, let's say like an artist comes in, you know that you're going to be shooting for a music video, and they ask you to do something that you didn't know was going to be required. How do you feel like you should go about that?
I don't know, because that's never happened to me before.
Okay.
I've never had to go. I haven't went through that yet.
Okay.
So I wouldn't know. But I feel like if we're gonna do something that I'm not knowing of, like, give me like a heads up or something.
For sure.
So I, you know, I can think of how I want to handle this,
right,
if I want to do it or not.
For sure. Now, you started modeling at 14. You're 20 now, so you're 6 years in the game. You're just now starting to show a little bit more skin. You know what I'm saying? What motivated you, or what inspired you to want to do so?
I started seeing, like, I would be scrolling on Instagram, and you know, you see all the like Alexis Skies and Ari Fletchers and stuff like that. So I'm like, maybe I'm thinking like, well, maybe they really don't care for the high fashion stuff. But I love the fact that I can do high fashion, because shit, I can make a trash bag look good. So
that's real. That's real.
I mean, showing skin, I'm very confident in my body. I love my body. So if you got it, flaunt it.
For sure. That's real though. That's real. Has there been any big names that reached out to you yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, for sure,
Not
for sure.
yet.
Now, I do got to talk about this, you know what I'm saying? You went viral with this situation. You had a feud on Twitter with Beatking. Can you kind of break down, like, what happened?
Okay. So, it was my freshman year at Lamar University. And we were hosting a homecoming party at this little club called Mills. And that was my first time ever seeing him in person. So, you know, I'm lifted and I'm dancing and stuff like that. And he takes my phone and plays number there. And he texts, I guess he called himself or something. So then, like, a couple days later, he called me asking me, like, hey, I need you for a video. So I'm like, okay, well, how much are you trying to pay me? He's like, I'm not paying you. So I hung up the phone in his face.
Damn, damn. I mean, so let's say that's a good situation, opportunity as well. Do you feel like some opportunities you may should take to help your brand, or does it have to be about money?
It depends on who it is. And at the end of the day, we are here to make our money. Y'all paying, if you can pay the camera person, you can pay me to be a model. That's how I feel. Because at first, that's what I was doing. When I first started, my first video, I wasn't paid. When I did my first video, I was 17 years old. I was a baby.
Right.
Like, it was at a club. My older sister had to sneak me in the club. And it was a school night, too.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, that's grinding though. You out there getting it for sure.
Yeah.
How do you feel about plastic surgery versus like natural bodies in models?
I feel like they look more at the plastic more than they do the natural bodies. Especially like in the model world. And sometimes I just be thinking to myself, well, okay, like, what's the difference? I mean, what she bought, I was born with. So it's just like, I mean, I wouldn't do anything to my body. I wouldn't touch my face or nothing. Because there's some IG models out here that they like for match.
Right.
So,
and you feel like that takes away from like the natural models?
Yeah, it definitely does take away from the natural model. I mean, I'm all for enhancement. If it's something you don't like about yourself, you got money to fix it, by all means, go do that. But I don't like when some of these IG influencers be trying to lie about their bodies, especially when you could tell, like, you got work done there. Don't try to say it was genuine.
For sure. That's real though. Now, what's the difference between respectfully dating and being a thought?
Ooh, respectfully daddy and being a thought. So I'm saying a thought is somebody she going around like she going, she sleeping with everybody. No man, every nigga that come my way. Dating is just like you weighing your options out. Cause 9 times out of 10, if I'm dealing with a guy, I'm not the only person that he's dealing with. So I'm not about to put all my eggs in one basket. Like, okay, well, you're not doing this. It's somebody else who's gonna do that. It might be somebody, he might have more money than you. He might be chunking a little change my way. You might be the food guy. You might be the bringing the food, another barbecue shit. So
is that real though? Like, do women have like a food guy? They have like a date guy? And
yes.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Sure. I appreciate the information on that. That's real though. Now, models that get into the game, some may have no experience, and some they just may have clout. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about agencies choosing the person with more clout than experience?
It's kind of like discouraging a little bit because it's like, damn, I literally busted my ass for 6 years and you're gonna pick somebody that has no experience but has more followers. It's like they do pay more attention to that because I've seen it firsthand.
Okay.
Or whatever, but I feel like modeling, I take it serious just as anybody who does anything they do in their life.
Sure.
I take it serious. That's like how I want to eat. So I be feeling like you taking money out of my pocket.
That's real. I respect that for sure. Now, if you can give an upcoming model some advice, what would you say?
All I'm gonna say is learn to have a backbone because it's people out here that will take advantage of us. And you might lose some opportunities like I did just because the photographer might be trying to sleep with you. The artist might be trying to sleep with you. Because that's really what it is.
Okay.
They do us like that, which is sad. And I'm telling you, it's been certain situations where I did a photo shoot for somebody and I said, no, I'm not doing this. And get my pictures back. It's been like years still getting my pictures back. And I've even got canceled because, well, you're not giving me no type of play, so you're not going to be in my video. Well, okay, well, I'm going to take my services somewhere else for somebody who's professional.
Damn, that's crazy. So do you think like we need better like photographers and agencies out here? Okay.
It's like literally a handful of photographers that I know by names that are literally like angels out here.
For sure. Now, if anybody wanted to follow you or book you for some kind of event or anything like that, where can they reach you at?
You can reach me on Instagram at HannahsInterlude, and if you want to book, just DM me or something, or tap in with my mom at Beautiful Backdrops on Instagram.
For sure.
Because that's my manager. For
sure. Now, what can we expect from you in the next 6 months?
Well, you're gonna expect a lot of things. I'm definitely gonna get back in touch with how I was before with the high fashion and stuff. All of that.
Sure.
Because a lot of people have been complaining like, she's not wearing any clothes, something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like reading some of the comments, especially one of them that was trying to like downplay my work. And I was just thinking to myself like, okay, well you're in the comments, I'm sitting right here. So
nah, that's real though, that's real, man. Well, I do want to appreciate you for coming by and let me conduct this interview. Yes, sir.
That little youngin' up to something, he gon' roll when it's right. Ain't no question they gon' make him take a soul in the night. Once he ran from automatics, he done chose not to fight. We gon'